Hi, I'm Bob Hasegawa, your state senator for the 11th Legislative District, here for another update on what we've been doing down here in the 66th Legislature of the state of Washington. So we're starting to really crank up now. We actually had floor action today and passed a few bills out, including the trailer bill to Initiative 940 that just was passed by the people. It went out of the Senate unanimously, and I believe it came out of the House pretty close to unanimous if it wasn't unanimous. So that's going to the governor's desk right now and it will become law. Also, I wanted to real quickly mention some of the bills. I showed you the stack of folders that I had last week, but this week a little bit more about them. This one is the Medicare for All bill. I believe in universal coverage, healthcare as a human right. So I do have that on the books. I've got a wrongful death bill. This is a bill to fix a discriminatory piece in our law that prohibits parents of people who were wrongly killed from getting a wrongful death settlement if they don't live in our state or in the country. So it was established maybe almost 100 years ago to protect employers whose workers, mainly who were Chinese immigrants, from suing the company because of wrongful death. So this got into the books due to racism, and it's still there. So we're trying to fix that. Public facilities mitigation. This is another one to fix a social justice issue in the Sound Transit area, because Sound Transit has caused a lot of parking problems around their stations. So to mitigate that, the city of Seattle has put up RPZ zones, but they make the people who live around those stations pay $65 for a permit just to park in front of your own house. That ain't right, especially in light of the fact that there are other RPZs the city has in the north part of the town where they offer them for free. So you can see why I'm a little cranked up about this one. So we're trying that one again. I also have a bill that was brought to me by the Muslim community to offer religious accommodations for post-secondary education schools or students in schools to allow them during holy season, Ramadan, or actually it's any religious accommodation. But the example is that through Ramadan, students are fasting, and so oftentimes they go a whole day without eating, and to expect that they would be able to take a test at that time. So it allows them to reschedule a test till after dark, after they've had something to eat or drink. But this has a broad-based support by the Muslim community, Jewish community, Christian community. I mean, you name it. We brought this beautiful coalition together to support it because really that's what America's about. Finally, I've got to go downstairs and testify on a bill. They're hearing my bill right now on COFA Dental. COFA, C-O-F-A, stands for Compact of Free Association. That's a residence status that we give to folk who live from the Marshall Islands or in this Compact of Free Association islands. You may or may not recall, those are the islands that the U.S. used for bombing practice for testing nuclear bombs. And we actually even use those people as guinea pigs, which is like unbelievably sick. But that's the case. Nonetheless, we allowed them to relocate here to the U.S., but guess what? We didn't provide medical coverage for them. So last year we passed a bill to provide medical coverage for at least the lowest income of them. We still haven't covered all of them, just as a matter of principle. They should be. But this year we have to follow up with covering their dental. So that's what this bill is all about. So at any rate, I've gone over my time, but I hope you find all of this interesting, and if so, send me a note or come on down and visit. Let the legislative committees hear how you feel about any of the bills. And if you want to get on my intro sheet list, which lists all the bills that are being introduced, which up to this point is like 1,500 bills so far, just in 2.5 weeks. Send me an email and say intro sheet in the subject line, and I'll add you to the list, and you can see exactly what's being introduced here in the legislature. And my email is scrolling on the bottom, so feel free to contact me at any time, okay? Thanks. I'm Bob Hasegawa, your state senator for the 11th District.